The Prime Minister is in Japan ahead of tomorrow's start of the G7 Leaders Summit. Trudeau touched down in Hiroshima earlier this morning. The summit comes amid tensions with China and Russia. The G7 agenda includes global security, the economy, and climate change. The PM is expected to push for more cooperation on global and economic security. Earlier this week, Trudeau reached an agreement with South Korea on supply chains for critical clean energy minerals. With me now is Tom Mulcair. He's CTV's political commentator and the former leader of the NDP. Hello to you, Tom. Good to see you.
Good to be with you, Marcia.
So let's talk about the G7 agenda. What are some of the biggest challenges facing the G7 this time around?
I think you've just said it perfectly. It's all against that backdrop of China's behavior and Russia's, of course, illegal war being prosecuted against the innocent neighbor, Ukraine. And the world has changed a great deal. These 7 countries are talking in a completely different way now. The same way the 30 plus countries of NATO are talking in a completely different way now. Going back to the G20 meeting in Bali, you might recall Mr. Trudeau putting his index finger under the nose of the Chinese president, and they told us it was about Chinese government interference in our elections. When he got back, he didn't seem to be too keen on getting into that, but that's part of the backdrop, the change in Chinese behavior. And yet at the same time, we've got to be careful not to throw out the baby with the bathwater. The Chinese are offering to play a positive role for their own reasons, but they're still offering it. The same way Zelensky was meeting with the Pope last week and with the German Chancellor. You've got to put all the chances there to come to a peaceful solution between the Russians and the Ukrainians, because that's why it's such an important backdrop today. They're in Hiroshima. The memories, the horror of war, reminding people this is what war does. And so if you want to avoid seeing an escalation of the Russian-Ukrainian situation, let's get the best people we can, including the Chinese offer, around a table and start working towards peace. That has to be the ultimate priority.
Tom, let's turn to the Stellantis story. We've got this standoff now with the automaker and the government. How do you think it's being handled?
Probably in back rooms right now, because I think that, sorry about that, that's rare for me. Probably in back rooms right now, because there's a strong desire to see this investment continue. They've already started construction. It does seem like a little bit of a shakedown by the company, because they're saying, well, now there's this new situation in the United States with Biden's Inflation Reduction Act. You've got to up the ante with us because you've given more to Volkswagen. That doesn't really make sense in business terms or in terms of government spending, does it? But at the same time, Trudeau was there. He made the announcement. He was very proud of it. And he's got François-Philippe Champagne and he's got Chrystia Freeland both trying to say, look, Ontario's going to have to do more because we can't do everything. Doug Ford, very clever, playing his hand, saying, I'm giving the exact same amount to Stellantis that I gave to Volkswagen, and Ontario's got no more. Are they going to be able to move this thing forward? Does it make any sense to be giving more taxpayers' money to this very wealthy company? I think that that's the real question here. There are several thousand jobs involved, but we're almost at a level of full employment right now. Does it make sense to take $5 billion represents building 2 super hospitals and equipping them for Ontario? It doesn't make sense at this stage of the game to be paying $4,000 in subsidy for every battery produced in this plant. That's the type of question I think has to be on the table, Marcia.
Yeah, and I think people are trying to figure out, does Stellantis, to borrow a phrase from my dad, have the government over a barrel? Because now you've got the federal government and the provincial government sort of pointing fingers at one another, saying, well, this is what you said. So do you see, Tom, a scenario where the building of this factory maybe doesn't go ahead?
Well, we have gone from shake hand to shake down. And that's where we are right now. This company senses that the political engagement is at such a high level that they're going to be able to pull this sort of stunt, announce that they're stopping construction. But at the same time, the government's starting to say, hold on now, this isn't an open bar. You can't just come in and take whatever you want from the Canadian taxpayers and our treasury, and otherwise you're gonna walk away. Now, I'd love to see what's in the deal, and that's one of the key problems here, because we simply don't know what's in that deal. Stellantis is affirming, without proof, that there's something in there that allows them to come back and reopen the deal, because they're saying it was never completely closed. If it's true that the Canadian government has allowed this thing to go forward without really signing a full deal that the Canadian taxpayer has a right to see. They have to be transparent, but they haven't shown us anything so far. So if they put together that sort of deal without the appropriate penalty clauses and the like, then they'll be held to pay for the Canadian government, because the average Canadian taxpayer is going to say, okay, you don't know what you're doing here. You're using this to make a political announcement and get some glory out of it, but then you can't follow through. That's where we are right now. Trudeau's in a bit of a bind, but he was in Korea. He's had a chance to talk to the senior people at LG, the partner of Stellantis for this plan. And let's hope that this thing can move forward, because it is good news for the Canadian economy and for jobs. But at the same time, we just can't become suckers on the world stage where companies like this can basically, to quote your dad, have us over a barrel and we'd have no choice but to give them what they want.
Tom Mulcair, always great to hear from you. Tom is our political commentator and the former leader of the NDP.